I have notice of this meeting being held this 17th day of April 2025 at 7:31 p.m. as provided in accordance with section 3D, chapter 231 of the public laws of 1975, commonly known as the Sunshine Law. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
New York,
Here.
Nelson, here, Cotton,
Here.
Kenny,
Here.
Lindsay,
Here.
DeLuca,
Here.
Decker,
Here.
Mooney. Here, thank you.
Thank you. Motion for public comment on the agenda only.
I make a motion for public comment on the agenda.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to close public comment.
Make a motion to close.
I apologize, anybody online? Okay, motion to close. Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion to adopt resolution 2025-49, salary resolution.
Motion to adopt resolution 2025-49, salary resolution.
Second. Second. Roll call vote on this, please.
Cotton,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson, yes, New York.
Yes. I will offer consent on the next three resolutions. So resolution 2020, can I have a motion to adopt resolution 2025-50, confirming availability of introduced budget for public inspection. Resolution 2025-51, is the Alliance resolution, and resolution 2025-52, cancel check from the current one.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2025-50 through 52 as stated.
Second. Second. All in favor? Aye. I have a motion to pay all bills to amount of $749,272.53. I'll share $559,246 of that are county taxes, with $57,093 for county library taxes, and $55,529 for county open space tax.
Make a motion to pay the bills in that amount.
Second. Roll call open.
Cotton,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson, yes, New York.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Decker, report on municipal engineering.
Just really a couple of small items. The pickleball court, we had a meeting last week with the vendor, prospective vendor out there to go over scope. He submitted a quote and it was higher than expected. He did leave a voicemail for me today to go over it, because I shot an email saying, you know, we need to sharpen pencil with us. So I'll have more info on that shortly. Hunter Ridge, DOT funded project. We got DOT reviews from our initial submission, very minor.
Hickory Ridge.
I'm sorry, Hickory Ridge. We made the revisions and submitted that back to DOT, so hopefully we'll be able to get that approved, and then I would anticipate, we would do that through the co-op and probably target that towards after school lets out.
Makes sense.
So we don't interfere with the buses. I'm meeting next week with the zoning officer just to go over some loose ends and, you know, go over some things that I was involved in with the previous zoning officer and update it. And then the other thing, I noticed, hopefully the town also got notification from Hunter County that they're doing another park grant.
Those are my ideas.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that,
Who's doing in August?
yes, yeah, it's doing all this. Unfortunately, we did not get the DCA grant that we applied for
For the community center?
the community center. I'm not quite sure as to why, I'm trying to find out. But it might have just been our turn, you know, not to get the award. We were fortunate that we got it the last two times. So,
Yeah.
and that's all that I really had for this evening, unless there's questions or anything I may have
Any
missed.
questions for Mr. Decker? And I don't think we have any discussion items beyond okay, we excuse Mr. Decker for the rest of the night?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, excused. Thanks, all right, have a great day. I don't see any public safety officials in attendance or on Zoom. We'll table that report. Move on to old business, public hearing, ordinance 498, 2025, to achieve the municipal budget appropriation limits and establish a cap bank. Motion to open.
Make a motion to open for ordinance 498/2025.
Second. All in favor, open?
Aye.
Questions or discussion of the ordinance? Committee? Motion open to public?
Make a motion to open the public.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Questions about the cap bank? Motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adopt ordinance 498/2025, to achieve municipal budget appropriation limits and establish a cap bank.
Make a motion to adopt this ordinance.
Second. Second. Roll call vote, please.
Cotton,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Muir.
Yes. I have a motion to open, public hearing on resolution 2025/44, the year 2025 budget.
Make a motion to open, discussion on resolution 2025/44, 2025 budget.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions or comments from the committee? Just, before I open the public, I'm just gonna share some highlights from the budget. Every year, we say it's tough, it gets tougher each and every year to keep the budget in line. Mr. Swisher with us, our auditor, as well, when the public get questions, but due to the tax revaluation, municipal tax rate is reduced 36%. And while we crested 2%, the increase in this budget was due to an 18% increase in the cost of health insurance. And then our appropriate cost of increased living for salaries to compensate for the contributions to the health plan. Bethlehem Township is part of the New Jersey State Health Plan, but any increase over that 2% is not due to additional capital expenditures or anything for our public works or roads projects. While that's the increase, that's not the entire increase that was passed on to our residents. We have a municipal reserve, and that was depleted in 2020 and 2021. So when Deputy Nelson and I came back in 2022, we made a diligent effort to continue to reduce our debt, but also offer better protections for municipality and rebuild that municipal reserves. 4 times exactly like this, and even at that, we're not depleting them, we're keeping them level for next year. But we used $595,000, which we would not have been able to do if we hadn't done what we've done since 2022. We had 17% of our budget reserves in 2022, and we were over 50% when we were able to do this. So the entire brunt of any increases are not paid by the taxpayer in any one year. The 2025 tax increase, I'm stating it this way because it's not directly an apples to apples because of the reevaluation. But the best way to describe it is there is a small tax increase, but it's 49% smaller than last year's tax increase, which is small in and of itself. So there is a small increase, but it's even smaller than last year's despite everything we were facing. And the 2025 budget is just $2,864 more than the 2020 budget. So in 5 years, the budget is essentially flat, and we tend to keep it that. And with that, this represents no cuts in service to our DPW. All road projects and maintenance are fully funded. All park improvement and maintenance are fully funded. And we increased our support to our emergency responding agencies. We added $25,000 to their annual contribution, and we started a capital fund to better support for long-term and capital purchases for our first responders. So that is all included in this budget with a very minimal increase. So with that, I have a motion open to the public for any questions.
Can I make one
Of
comment?
course, yes.
So there was some confusion as to the capital expenditures
Yeah.
that we were having this year. That there is one piece of equipment that we are not buying this year. It is on the budget for future consideration, and that is the vacuum truck.
Yes. So
I just wanted to point that out.
and I'll share some background on that as well. So
Yes.
when all the municipalities, there's 111, had to go from stormwater class B to class A, and then we all have to reach A+. the state DEP determined equipment that townships were required, or services were required to buy, or provide. And the only way to do it is through certain equipment. So, two of those pieces were a street sweeper
Correct.
and a back truck. Now, we've worked with DEP and figured out a solution for the street sweeper. And so if you look at previous year's budgets, that showed up in future years. So we have to present a minimum 3-year capital forward-looking budget to the state. So, it was erroneously pointed out that may have been purchased this year, but it's on there for next year as a placeholder only. And I anticipate we'll work with DEP just as we did for the street sweeper. So that's a demonstration of our commitment. The street sweeper had been on there and it disappeared. The back truck likely will disappear as well. So that is not in the purchase this year, and our intent is to not purchase a back truck, but we needed to keep it there as a placeholder to comply with DEP and our requirement to show the state what our future year budgets may look like.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
asking that.
Yep.
Any other comments or questions? Motion to open the public?
Make a motion open to the public?
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any questions about the budget? Mayor,
Judy answered one of my questions already.
I ain't this.
The side mower, what are we replacing? You said, it says side mower with side cutter, and then the 10-ton dump truck, which I understand about a dump truck. Do we have makes, models, year, what are we doing with that?
Yeah, so we're replacing two early 90s dump trucks, and we're purchasing a new, I assume it'd be a 2025 Kenworth.
Kenworth.
That's the one we just purchased. And the sidearm mower, we purchased a used mower from, I believe it was Roselle years ago. The machine that it's on, well, the mower itself we can't get parts for. And the machine that it's on was already used, and we're having difficulty getting parts, and you can't adapt mower onto that machine. So we tried everything. We went out, I will say, our
We did.
DPW supervisor, sheriff.
Is it, the side mower though, are you talking the one with the arm that sticks out, or the one just lays down?
No, it's a full arm.
The full arm one?
Correct.
Both of us went, and I went to Hunter County, Warren County, Franklin Township. I don't know, we visited a bunch of towns, when I was at the league. I talked to a bunch of different contract providers on state contract. We tried to adapt and put a mower on what we had. We tried to put a head on the arm we had. We tried everything. This was the best solution.
I understand. What make are you trying to, or
This is John Deere.
John Deere? Full cab and all that stuff?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions, Barbara? I think there's a hand up on Barbara line.
Yes, Barbara Cochran, 507 Charlestown Road. I would like to know how much did the insurance increase, the township insurance increase in the past few years, since we had several settlements, and I'm sure it had some impact in our insurance. Can you elaborate, please?
I think it was minimal. It was the standard increase that
Right.
we're part of a joint insurance fund. And so I don't know, misquote it, but I would say it's probably 3%.
Between 3 and 5.
Between 3 and 5 was the standard increase that just about every municipality saw. There was no, thankfully, no anomaly due to it. And as it's been shared, one of those settlements was in opposition to legal counsel and the insurance company. It was paid by the taxpayer, which I still disagree with, so that would not influence our insurance. Any other questions? Other questions? Motion to close public comment on the budget?
Motion to close public comment?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adopt resolution 2025.44, the year 2025 budget.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2025.44, the 2025 budget.
Roll call vote, please.
Second.
Yeah, you said it.
Second. I'm sorry.
Didn't get a chance. I jump right into it.
I already put your initial down, second. So if you second the motion.
I just did, third time saying.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Cotton,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Muir.
What was that vote, Mr. Lynn? Yes. Thank you for, just one of your hard work as our CFO. Thank you to our committee
Yes.
for working together and all of our departments for, putting forth their budget and working with us this year. Excellent job. And I should share, this was a state review year for us, so not only do we have our auditor who's overlooking our shoulder, Mr. Swisher, thank you very much for your firm and your support doing that. But we also had the state, review our budget with, no financial changes, just some, let's say line item changes. With that, Mr. Swisher, I know you're on, by Zoom, traveling, so you're welcome to leave the meeting as well. But thank you for your, support and guidance through this.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Under new business, we have resolution 2025-53, authorizing Tom Howlick to maintain the 9/11 Memorial Heritage Park.
Do I need to open that discussion or we just?
No, it's just a resolution.
Okay. I make a motion to adopt resolution 2025-53 for Heritage Park.
Have a second? Okay, all in favor? Aye. And we thank Mr. Howlick for his continued dedication to doing that. Report of Township Attorney.
This committee is a very well-oiled machine, and I don't want to slow it down, so no report from the township attorney on that.
Excellent report. Report of Health and Safety Coordinator, Mr. Lindsay.
At this moment, nothing. We have a meeting scheduled with the insurance company on May 1st. So until then, nothing at the time.
All right, very good. Report of Finance Coordinator, it's myself. Just again, great job on the budget. Appreciate it getting passed this evening. Report of Land Use Coordinator, Ms. Nelson.
Just a couple of things. There is going to be one application coming before the board. We received it yesterday. Should have a completeness review within the next few meetings. And regarding applications, the board is looking to simplify and also make the instructions a lot easier to follow for future applicants, because it is a little confusing, and this way hopefully it'll save them a little bit of money as well as time. So we will just get discussing both those items in the next few meetings.
Excellent, thank you. So with that, report of governing body members, do any members have a report this evening?
Following the advice of council, no.
I second. Mr. Lindsay?
I concur.
Ms. Nelson, you have a report? Yes.
Sorry, everybody. I know it's Easter weekend, but I've been saying this at every meeting and I've put it out on the community bulletin board. Just want to remind everybody about cleanup day next Saturday, along with the free tree giveaways, the clothing drive. Thank you. Electronic recycling, and Heritage Market, I think starting up around 6 weeks from now.
That's exciting.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Well, that's a worthy report. So thank you.
See?
Report of Township Administrator, this one.
I reported the last meeting about the roof leaking, so we're definitely working on getting quotes. We had a couple of companies come out to get quotes to replace the roof. Judy mentioned the cleanup day. We had IT issues, so I believe they're all resolved. Nobody's having any issues, right? So I think all of our IT issues are resolved and phone issues. Were we gonna mention the fitness court?
We can under proposed uses for the park and grants that we're hoping to get to fund it going forward.
Sure. So the county really about finding the county.
Yeah, for future for fitness court, next to where the pickleball court might be going.
Yeah, there was Judy and I sat in on
A sales meeting, basically.
it's an adult fitness court. It looked really interesting,
Yeah.
kind of,
So
so.
is it like those stations around the walking path or is it one spot?
It's one
spot.
It's one spot, it would go behind the basketball court next to where the proposed pickleball court is. Because you need ADA accessibility, so the walking path goes right past there. Yes, it does have different stations, to do various exercises. There is a little bit of an area, although we could enhance it to make that area larger, to have, yoga instructors want to come in and have yoga classes, fitness classes, things like that, but
Yeah, you touched on the impervious coverage, so we'd have
Yes,
to see.
we'd have to see just about the impervious coverage and how that works. And I think, again, with that board that came down, unfortunately, It gave us the square footage that would be okay, but not 1,000% sure about that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we're excited this year.
Yep, and we'll apply for future grants, so that's down the road.
And then I got, from the Booster Club, a little, blurb. So the Booster Club is looking for board members. The board members should have children within the school district. Members will be responsible for holding meetings twice a year, planning events, and working together to create a fun sports experience. Please reach out to Ryan Wolchan at btrecdpt@gmail.com. If anybody's interested, I know the Booster Club is really needing support and help. It seems like it's just Audra and Ryan. And they're getting burned out, so if anybody knows anyone, that can help.
Can you forward that email to me and we'll share it in the community page as well.
Yes. And then I have for executive 2 personnel by contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions from this one? I reported mayor. About 2 hours I have for reporting. Just again, I know I thank everyone for the budget, but I appreciate that process and hosting the budget meetings and working through what I talk about. I think one of the top skills to be a member of the Township Committee and our staff is problem solving skills, and this year that was most definitely the case, so thank you for all that work. Also, along with thanks and talk about burnt out, the Recreation Booster hosted the egg hunt this past Sunday, so thank you to them. They did have another volunteer, I don't know if she's a board member, but Tina was helping run it. Pattenberg Rescue also helped organize and provide the Easter Bunny. And Pattenberg Fire Company was out there as well in support. It looked like, I think there was over 100 young kids out there, and the parents. It was great to see people. Always a fun event. I got my annual Easter Bunny photo, despite being somewhat old. You still get excited for the annual Easter Bunny photo. The other thing, speaking of parks, last year we agreed to host the 100 games. They were postponed due to the unfortunate and tragic loss of life of one of the North Hunterdon High School students. They were never rescheduled. The planning committees reached out to see if we were interested in hosting again in 2025. I told them I would bring it to this committee to see if there's interest in doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell them we're on board. I did
As
tell
long
them,
as I have my bocce ball, you know.
you end up actually, depending on what it is. It's August 23rd that they're looking for. It's not time, you gotta take off the bocce.
Oh, well, yeah.
We'll find somebody in town who's a championship basketball player.
He looks a good basketball player.
Renee applied fishing to the to the roster of events.
We can't shoot it.
All of a sudden, we play shooting and fly fishing, those are our top events.
You bring stuff.
Yes, we can do, we have to let them ask. So I'll share, we'll start working on that, planning. The other things, I met with our school superintendent and new business administrator this week. I thought it was a very productive meeting. The school has, I think it's unknown, a fair amount of challenges. They openly acknowledged those and have a positive responsive plan going forward. So they're going to be joining us for our May 1st meeting to share some of those plans. One thing that did come out of that we were talking about was ways that we can continue to support them. We already provide snow plowing. We have a shared service agreement for cleaning. One thing that I would ask the committee for, I think this is minimal. I already spoke to our supervisor, is to provide maintenance service. So the schools, they have one vehicle and a few snow blowers, offering just regular maintenance for them. The labor, we would not charge the labor, but we would charge them back for any parts that we use. Is there any opposition to, we would create a resolution to appropriately do that. Is there any opposition to the proper debt? I made,
As long as it follows the path that we did on the previous identification insurance.
I thought they tried a couple of ideas, and I said, no matter what we do, it's all gonna be the same indemnity clause, so as long as you're comfortable with that.
If that, I'm fine.
I have a motion to, approve pursuing, open it as a formal resolution, next meeting.
I make that motion?
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I think it'd be helpful, I think it'd be helpful to, have the school join us and share, what they're doing, and, we're here, we're all serving the same taxpayer, so it's, important to do that. And I had a personnel issue, but it's the same one that was already there, so, I don't have the report. Questions for me? I opened up, can I motion to open for public comment?
Make a motion to open the public comment?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. Motion to close public comment?
Make a motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to enter executive session to discuss key personnel and one contract issue, and no decisions will be made in executive session, or when we come out, we won't be taking any action on either. I have a motion to enter executive session.
Make a motion to enter executive session?
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Thank you.